Okay, what you just said is it's all out on the internet and people are struggling in their personal lives for survival. And so what I'm saying is that's the purpose of these small groups. You create small groups of mutual aid and care for each other and sharing, helping each other out. And so that you're not so overwhelmed that you can't be part of this bigger movement of the moneyless society.
Yeah, we all are struggling with the not necessarily struggling, but we're busy. Like whether we're
Right.
struggling or we're not, we're busy. We're constantly having stuff to do, like just right now. So yeah, no, we're just really busy, and there's online groups and communities that know we need more. Like we know that we're not supported, and we know that we need help in our personal lives. And we know that there are people out there that can help us because we also have capacity to help other people. It's not like I have all these things to do, so I can't help anybody. It's like I have all these things to do. I can also help other people,
Mhm.
but when you're online and only online, helping people, the help is more limited than
Right.
anything you can do in person. Um, so it will be beneficial when we can bring it into real life and have people in our lives supporting each other and helping each other. But until then, I think we need to keep building the online communities and online support systems,
Right.
and find creative ways to help each other that might not be obvious because they're not in person, but they're still helpful. Like one thing that I have seen, work, but just not consistently, is there's different names for it, but just having somebody there, like accountable friend or whatever, just having people, uh, but it's just like you're just there for somebody. You just I'm here,
Right.
I'll be on a phone call or whatever. You don't have to be in person. You're basically just sharing space with that person
Right.
that's trying to get something done or whatever.
Right.
You could be cleaning your house or something, but if you're just there alone cleaning your house, it's a lot harder to motivate yourself and get that done for yourself for a lot of people. But if had a friend that you was just talking to or something while you were cleaning, it helps a lot of us so much
Mhm.
more. So there's different ways I think that we can help each other, even though we're not in person. But it takes creativity, it takes the connection, it takes building trust, it takes more than it would if you just walked outside and saw somebody outside that you can hang out with. So it takes a little bit more effort.
But like for me, it's pretty much I'm limited because of my age, my immobility, and just my liking to sit and be alone. Well, I
It's a
don't
good
like
thing
being
though.
alone, but
Exactly.
I like having my independence.
Yes. That's a
And
huge thing.
it's like I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Roger. I want to talk to the different people in the groups. I'm talking, there's three or four people that I talk to on a regular basis, and I consider that my group. And so we're going to get there, groups of groups. But I was having that the purpose of the group, I said, was to shift the independence. I was talking about supporting the shift to sustainable and equitable social political system and support the shift dependency on central representative government to individual sovereignty and personal responsibility, build an alternative system of decentralized communities and cooperatives. I need to put something in there about become a mutual aid group.
Hmm.
I need
Yeah,
to add to
mutual aid is
that.
important. Mutual aid and then supporting people and doing mutual aid where they are.
Hmm.
It's not easy. There's a big barrier to going and helping other people. We all feel very limited.
But like you
Um,
say, you can just set your phone up in the corner. But like one day we had a Zoom meeting and she just moved and she was redoing her
Kitchen,
pantry.
pantry. Hmm.
And we were all cheering her on and it really helped her out.
It's so
It,
helpful.
yeah. And it was really nice. We all enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. It was really good.
Sharing space with each other, just being there for each
Hmm.
other. Something that we would do in person without a second thought. But now it just takes a little bit more effort because we need to go and be in this space first. They're just not naturally in our space. So it does take a little bit more, but hopefully I think we can, if we build out a little bit more, we can bring the technology to us also. So we can remove kind of this barrier or simplify this barrier, make things more automatic or seamless, or if we had routines more, like, hey, every Tuesday I'm available for an hour, like an office
Right.
hours or something, and I'm just gonna do it on Tuesdays at this time, and I'll just be routine about this time on Tuesdays. It's okay if nobody shows up, nobody
Hmm.
joins, no big deal. I'm just here if somebody wants to, and then maybe somebody else takes like Wednesday for an hour or something. If we built more of these structures that were just being present with each other,
Right.
then it would build trust and build that awareness. Like, oh, hey, this is actually a good time for me to clean my pantry because they're just going to be hanging out for an hour, and so we'll
Hmm.
go do that, and I'm just gonna, hey, there's no responsibility on me, talking or being involved. Like I can just mute myself and listen in and know that they're there and listen to the background of them hanging out and talking and chatting. And I know these people, but there is no social obligation for me to be involved in that conversation.
Right.
And I think it will naturally grow. The Moneyless Society has one on Thursdays. One of our main members, Ev, he's been doing a Thursday weekly. Is it every other week actually? So it's every 2 weeks, but like every Thursday he had like a Moso and Friends, I think he called it. So it was like Money in Society, and anybody that wanted to join and hang out for an hour or two, he just always hosted it, always let people join, and it's a great place to connect. You get to know the people that are on the online realms that are just here to be there for each other and show up for each other, not expecting to get anything out of anybody else. So it's just it's about having safe spaces, I think, that don't exist.
I think I'll put a link to the Moneyless Society on the Discord. So
Cool. Yeah, I mean, they have a YouTube channel, they have Instagram, they have a lot of YouTube content for sure.
now I used to watch the Money Free Party. It was this guy who was running for president,
Hmm.
and he was saying that if he won, he would let it be run by people that know their business. In other words, like right now we have a president and he has this cabinet. Well, instead of having a president, you just have the cabinet. You just have all these people that really love and know what they're talking about, and they have different sections, and people can, join in with them, move from there instead of having it all directed by one person, their agenda.
I just Googled them. Are they from New Zealand primarily? Yeah, New Zealand definitely has a lot of forward thinking, I find. Uh, they are much further forward in thought than a
Mm.
lot of the West.
I think the United States is coming in dead last on
Hmm.
adventurous thinking, thinking out of the box, because they spend so much time indoctrinating us and keeping us in these closed circuits, separated from each other, afraid to talk to each other, thinking that the other's out to get us. And somebody was talking about, well, they need to work on their chakras and da, 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 da. And I said, that's all well and good, but when they're being indoctrinated on a daily basis with this
Yeah,
propaganda and lies, and they're believing it, all that spiritual shit is out the window, dude.
it's true. That's true. There's a lot of fear-based programming, a lot of, because we are already in such difficult times, stressful times, we know that there is danger. Like we don't need to be told that we're
Hmm.
unsafe. We intrinsically naturally know that we're not safe. So nobody needs to tell us or convince us that part. But all they have to do is point the finger, give us reasons why
Why?
we're unsafe, and then people will buy it. It doesn't take
Hmm.
any extra effort. It's just, I already know I'm unsafe. I'm already afraid. I'm already terrified. If you give me who to be afraid of or tell me what to be afraid of, I'm just going to have to believe it because I don't see it. I don't see what I'm afraid of. But if you see it and if you tell me, then I'll have to believe it. It's not just about telling people not to be afraid, because then they're feeling like you're lying to them, right? Like, no,
Right.
no, you don't need to be afraid. Just, you're fine, you're safe, everything's okay. It's like, no, my natural instincts know I'm not safe. If you tell me not to be safe, you feel like the predator, the wolf or
Hmm.
whatever, trying to convince the sheep to just not
Right.
care about
It's
the wolf. That is like an uphill battle. Like the chakras and stuff is not going to do anything because they're not going to feel safe through deprogramming or through any more propaganda. They need a resolve. They need a an answer, but the answer is just the obvious ones. The answer is the ones that are structured to make you unsafe, and it's the hoarding of resources, the gatekeeping of resources,
right.
the you're not allowed to have this. Go get some money first. Those barriers are what is keeping us unsafe. But when you're just told that that's for your safety, and you need those barriers and you need those walls, you need those borders, you need the military, and you need the police and the weaponization of force to keep you safe, it's hard to get through that and see that that is actually why you're not safe.
Why you're not safe. Yes, it's the very, all that force is exactly being used against you. It's to keep you in line. It's not to
It,
protect you, it's to protect somebody from you.
yeah, it is to keep you in line. It is to protect the people with the access, the ones that
Yep.
are gatekeeping
Yep.
the stuff, the ones with the keys. It's to protect them from you,
Right.
from from your needs that are very natural, and you will not
Right.
escape your needs, and they know you will not escape your needs. So to them, they are protecting themselves from people that have needs that are not being fulfilled. And it's just like it's a trick. It's a trick to say like, oh, these people are the ones that you need to be afraid of, and that's why we have all these regulations and restrictions. Um, so it is like it can be an uphill battle, which is what mutual aid dispels. I think mutual aid
Yes.
kind of breaks it down when you see your neighbors helping each other. And we see this a lot in catastrophes and stuff. It's,
Right.
immediately people help each other. Immediately people race into a burning building just to help a stranger. Like,
Mhm.
it doesn't take humanity much to help people, because that's what we're socially primed to help people. We are more happy when we're helping other people. So the way to get out of it is just by helping other people. That's the trick, is just you help people, and then you are happier. You feel less
Mhm.
afraid because you're helping people, and they're not taking your stuff. You're doing it,
Mhm.
consentfully and helping others, and that's rewarding on a very human, connected, social, primate level. Like it's very deep. When you're helping other people, you will be rewarded, not through monetary things, because that's the structures and the systems that are there to keep us apart, but you will get rewarded in other ways. And once you start seeing that happening, then it's easier to believe that it's the gatekeeping and stuff that is the problem, and not the strangers that are
Right.
just trying to survive.
Very good, Nathan. Those were good points.